Oh, hello, and welcome to another today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. It's July 6th, and these are all the dates that really rate. Isn't that right, pal? Yeah. 1887, on this day, Marc Chagall was born. We're here really enjoying this book on Marc Chagall. I'm going to say, although it's a name I've heard growing up, going to the MoMA and things of that nature, I really kind of had my mind expanded on Marc Chagall when I went to the Jewish Museum for this Jewish-Russian Habima theater exhibit that was at the same time as like German Expressionist film stuff. So, okay, we as people of 100 years in the future, in the far-flung future, are able to experience the Cabinet of Caligari and similar type stuff because it's, film and available. Sometimes, not always. A lot of those films actually are lost, but some of them still exist, and we're able to be inspired and wowed by what they were doing. That's not the case when it comes to live theater, which is part of what we're doing with Phantom Creep Theater is, like you're either at the show or you've missed it. That's it. That's the whole point of the magic of live theater is it's very ethereal. You're there or forget it. But in this case, for Habima Theater, which was like this Jewish avant-garde experimental theater, there's at least photos and set deck art that Marc Chagall created, and maybe some scripts that still exist. Yeah. So for instance, like stuff like this here, you can see here. Can you? I mean, it's this is not German Expressionism, but you'd think it would be, but it's the same time frame. They're doing Dybbuk, which is here we go. I love this. I never even heard of this before until I went to this exhibit. There's the original dress and some scenes from the stage plays they were doing. I love this stuff. There's another one here. I'm not sure if I'm going to find it up immediately, but I mean, let's some more Marc Chagall content. He, of course, features prominently at the Metropolitan Opera, which I love. Haven't been back since the world opened up again. I'm not sure what they've been doing. Maybe I should check that out. Somewhat just really, I mean, it looks like, for those of you that grew up with the Forbidden Zone, Richard Elfman's Forbidden Zone, I mean, like, it's it's that, but 50 years ahead, 60 or 70 years beforehand. I love it. And it's all content that, like, who knows what they were doing and what were the crowds like. I love this. Look at this craziness. Keep in mind, like in Russia, like most Jews were executed in the 1800s. Okay, you got concentration camps and stuff in the, Nazi time in the 30s, but like most Jews either were like killed in the pogroms or had to leave Russia. So this is like post that time, and like look at this awesome stuff they're doing. This is like strictly a Jewish theater thing, and it could very well be the, well, I don't know, postmodern, but super exciting. Oh, look at this one. Oh, this book is ridiculous, right? And this is all like live stage play still photos they took at the time. This is from 1922. Benjamin Zuskin in the title role of the sorceress. 1922. I love it. So very magical. There's one at night in the old marketplace. This one here. I mean, I've never seen The Corpse Bride. I don't know who's still has the patience for Tim Burton in a post, I'll say Mars Attacks world. I like Big Fish. Don't get me wrong. That was a large fish. It was good. But other than that, like, what is Tim Burton is just washed up, man. It has been forever. But supposedly, A Night in the Old Marketplace, which was this Jewish Abima Theater script, as set design was created by Mark Chagall. It's the story of these two undead characters that decide to get married in a fish market at midnight. I think in part because the smell from the fish market is like this is them. They're rotting corpses. Their smell will be masked by the fish market. So that was the thought. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't know how much of this script exists or how much of Corpse Bride actually is that. But I feel like I've babbled about this to somebody else before, and they said, it's Corpse Bride, Mike. It's Corpse Bride. You would need to accept later Tim Burton, I suppose, to know that for sure. And I don't know that I do. Anyway, moving right along from Mark Chagall. Bill Haley, born today, 1925. One of the original rock and roll pioneers. Isn't that right? Yeah, really good. He definitely had a second life in England with the Jordamars, the Comets in America, the Jordamars in England and Europe. And they truly treated him like a god. Which, you know, when somebody says you're a god, asks if you're a god, you say yes? I don't know. Maybe not. Janet Leigh, Psycho fame and plenty more. Born today, 1927. The film Blood Feast, Herschel Gordon Lewis. What a picture. Premiered today, 1963. The Damned played their first show in this day, 1976. I was just talking about them earlier. Yeah. Brian James, Captain Sensible, Rat Scabies, and Dave Vanian. And that first album is really quite special. Don't you think? I think. I mean, what were they trying to do? It's really like, arguably, the Sex Pistols, Stranglers, everybody else from that time were like so pub rock centric, you know? I mean, like if you had a different singer for the Sex Pistols, this is almost pub rock music. Where the Damned are like, let's take the MC5 and Making the Stooges and like put it on overdrive, and nobody in England was doing this. And they're like the first band to really not only put out a 45, but also like get out into the universe beyond London and England. Like they were going to play CBGBs in 76, 77, something like that. Before anybody else. West Coast. Ditto. Damned, all the way. That first lineup. Killer. Eva Green, born today, 1980. That Penny Dreadful thing she was in was fantastic. And she might be one of the only people on my list that is younger than me by several months. It's not sad. Good for her. And GBH's City Baby Attacked by Rats LP premiered today, 1982, which is a fantastic record. And that is it for today. until tomorrow, these are all the dates that really rate that you can shape your life around should you choose to. Because otherwise, what is today? July 6th, just another day. Don't make it just another day. Whether you pick these things or other things of your choosing, because these are mine, obviously, the point is, we only have so much time in this universe, so try to make it worthwhile for you, whatever that means. Till tomorrow, goodbye. Ah!